Hi, the King's Gambit trap that ends with a stunning queen checkmate. Hello, chess lovers. Welcome back to the Knight Gambit TV. Today we're looking at a brilliant miniature from the US Open 1967 between Louis Levy and Bill Wheeler. This game starts as a King's Gambit and quickly develops into a deadly attacking masterpiece. White sacrifices material, opens lines, and finishes with a beautiful queen checkmate in only 13 moves. Let's analyze every move step by step. 1e4. White immediately occupies the center and opens lines for the queen and bishop. Controlling the center is one of the most important opening principles. 1e5. Black responds symmetrically, also fighting for central control. The battle for the center begins. 2f4. The famous King's Gambit. White offers the f-pawn to distract black's e-pawn and gain attacking chances. This opening is aggressive and tactical from the very beginning. 2. E takes f4. Black accepts the gambit. The f-pawn is captured, giving black extra material but also creating future weaknesses around the king. 3. Knight f3. White develops a knight and attacks the e5 square. More importantly, White prepares to castle and starts building pressure. 3d6. This is the Fischer Defense. Instead of protecting the pawn directly, Black strengthens the center and prepares development. Bobby Fischer recommended this setup as a reliable answer to the King's Gambit. 4. Bishop c4. The bishop comes to its most active diagonal. Immediately, White eyes the sensitive f7 square, the weakest point in Black's position. 4. h6. A slow move. Black wants to prevent future piece jumps to g5. However, spending time on pawn moves allows White to accelerate development. 5. h4. An aggressive response. White intends to challenge Black's kingside structure and create attacking opportunities. This move also discourages Black from expanding with g5. 5. Knight f6. Black develops naturally and attacks the e4 pawn. Development is usually the correct strategy when facing an attack. 6. Knight c3. White calmly develops another piece. Now White has strong central control and more pieces ready for action. 6. Bishop g4. Black pins the knight on f3 to the queen. At first glance, this looks strong because the knight cannot easily move. But Black's bishop may become vulnerable if tactical complications arise. 7. d4. Excellent central play. White opens the center while Black's king remains in the middle. Whenever your opponent's king has not castled, opening lines is often the correct strategy. 7. Knight h5. Black protects the f4 pawn and attacks White's bishop possibilities. However, this knight move creates tactical problems. The knight moves away from central defense and leaves key squares weaker. The critical moment. 8. Knight e5. A brilliant sacrifice. This is the move that makes the combination possible. White places the knight in the center where it can be captured. At first glance, it looks like a blunder. But in reality, it is a powerful tactical weapon. White is exploiting the vulnerable position of Black's king and the poor coordination of Black's pieces. This move invites Black to take the knight. 8. D takes e5. Black accepts the challenge. The knight is removed. Materially, Black seems to be winning. But now White's attack explodes. 9. Q takes g4. White captures the bishop on g4. The pinned knight is gone, and White wins back material. More importantly, the queen enters the attack with tempo. Suddenly, Black's king begins to feel unsafe. 9. Knight f6. Black attacks the queen. This looks logical. Whenever a queen enters your territory, attacking it is usually a good idea. However, Black is already walking into a dangerous tactical net. 10. Queen f5. A powerful queen move. The queen stays active while targeting important squares near Black's king. Notice how White refuses to retreat passively. Instead, White increases pressure. The queen now eyes the f7 square and potential mating patterns. 10. Queen takes d4. Black grabs another pawn. From a material point of view, black appears successful. Black has won pieces and pawns. But there is a famous chess principle. When your king is in danger, material becomes secondary. Black focuses on pawns while ignoring king's safety. This proves fatal. The decisive combination. 11. Queen c8 check. An incredible move. White's queen invades the 8th rank with check. This forces black to react immediately. The king cannot simply ignore the threat. Notice how white's queen has penetrated deep into enemy territory. Black's pieces are unable to coordinate effectively. 11. Queen d8. Black blocks the check with the queen. This seems like the only reasonable defense. But now white has prepared the final blow. 12. Bishop takes f7 check. A beautiful bishop sacrifice. This move is devastating. The bishop crashes into f7 with check. The king is dragged into the open. Black's defensive structure completely collapses. This move also clears important lines for the queen. 12. King e7. Forced. The king must move. Now the black king stands exposed in the center of the board. Every attacking piece is aimed directly at it. The checkmate. 13. Queen e6 checkmate. Checkmate. A stunning finish. The queen lands on e6 and delivers mate. Let's understand why black is helpless. The king cannot capture the queen. No piece can block the check. No piece can capture the queen. The king has no escape squares. The bishop on f7 controls critical squares. White's queen dominates the center. Black's pieces are too far away to help. The game ends immediately. Lessons from this game. Lesson 1. In the king's gambit, development is often more important than material. Lesson 2. If your opponent's king remains in the center, opening lines can create deadly attacks. Lesson 3. Always look for tactical opportunities involving the f7 square. Lesson 4. The move 8. Knight e5 shows how a temporary sacrifice can destroy an opponent's coordination. Lesson 5. Never become greedy like black did with 10. Queen takes d4 when your king is still vulnerable. What do you think about the brilliant move 8. Knight e5? Would you have found this sacrifice over the board? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the Knight Gambit TV for more chess traps, tactics, and brilliant attacking games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless everyone.